Gotcha.
Gotcha.
All right, we are going on to Belshir Vestige, and we are doing the countdown as I speak to you.
And you are speaking to us. To me or to them?
To everyone.
All the people. Belshir Vestige is the map, and ZVZ is the races. In the lower right-hand corner, wearing the yellow carapace, it is going to be Spidersayer.
And in the top left-hand corner, also playing Zerg, playing in the fuchsia, beautiful fuchsia fins, it is Eclair.
That sounds tasty.
Yes.
Not sure what that means, but...
He's representing.
And his clan tag, yeah. I do love unbiased. I do say I'm a big fan of the players of the local region that do travel around to these events. Spidersayer is one of them. We've casted him before at another live event. He's a cool guy. I don't know if he has any social media things out there, but...
and if he does, we are not aware of them.
Look it up.
He's a cool guy, though. We enjoy always when we get to interact with him. And I mean, everybody. There's not been anybody that I feel like has been really bad-mannered or anything like that. It's always just a pleasure to interact with these players, interact with just the people in general when we come to these things.
And I mean, really, live events. I just can't remember any bad interactions with players at our local events here in the Michigan region. And
not at all.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. All the players have good things to say about everything, and I think everyone's really enjoyed this con so far. We are at Youmacon, by the way. Yep. You'll see we're streaming on the channel SC2CTL. We are your friendly casters for SC2CTL, but this is not SC2CTL, StarCraft 2 Community Team Link. This is Youmacon in Detroit, Michigan. A big StarCraft 2 tournament at a giant gaming event extravaganza anime convention.
That is correct. The primary focus of the event is going to be the anime manga, but they do have a giant gaming room with many tournaments going on, StarCraft being one of them, and we are just blessed and pleasure-driven to be here and casting for all of you this evening. Thank you for joining us. We've been a long day at it, and we appreciate you sticking around with us through it. So,
yeah, we've been on here since, we went live at 10 o'clock this morning.
Yep.
All the time. We do have pools going down at respective players' bases, both finishing up approximately the same time. Expansion down for Spidersayer.
It looks like Eclair did get his gas down early, so he's going to be getting those speedlings faster than Spidersayer will be. And Eclair does scout out that hatchery with an overseer, or lord, rather.
Nice to see you, Troy. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks, Troy. I got to give a big shout to SC2CTL in chat. That is Troy. He is the SC2CTL runner guy, and he also was just so kind to generate our bracket for us tonight. Yeah, big round of applause, and thanks for Troy. Yeah, we love you.
He's been always the kindest of gentlemen, the most helpful of friends. So definitely, if you see him around, give him a big high five, virtually or personally, depending on how you interact with him. Great guy all around.
We do have speed coming down for Eclair, and Spidersayer has not gotten his yet. He is collecting the gas. He has 150, and there goes a Baneling nest. So he's going to get Banelings before the speed. This could be interesting. How depending on depends on how many lings Eclair makes here.
Well, yeah, I mean, Spidersayer is going to have the Banelings faster, but he's going to be going against the Speedlings sooner. So, I mean, again, is a lot of the openings with Zerg versus Zerg, it's going to come down to micro here. If Spidersayer is able to control his Banelings well enough to be able to get the good hits, or rather if Eclair is able to keep his Speedlings away from the Banelings, which theoretically should be possible when he has that speed advantage.
Well, the advantage for Spidersayer here
we say that all the time.
Is the fact that he does have Overlords all over the place. I mean, Eclair does too, so both players, I guess, are, and these two are kind of stacked on top of each other, and apparently on the minimap, yellow wins. They both have Overlords spread around the paths into and out of the bases pretty well, so they're going to know what's coming. Spidersayer has a good number of lings here. He's going to be making a lot of those into Banelings, I'm sure. He's stocking up some of the gas, waiting for that Baneling nest to finish, which it is now. So he's probably going to wait until he has to, but the lings are on the way for Eclair.
So a couple of Banelings are being morphed in. Spidersayer was able to get a single ling into the main base of Eclair. He did not see that Baneling nest that doesn't exist, so he's feeling like he's got a little bit of advantage, and here come the lings.
The Baneling's going to finish just as the lings come in, so Spidersayer, this is working out very well for him. Gets a nice connection.
Oh, but that one did not hit anything. but he does have the Ling advantage. Unfortunately, the Eclair does have more speedlings, but Metabolic Boost is only about 20 seconds away, so he only has to hold out for so long.
I think these banelings should finish just in time before that speed does, so that he should be at least decently well protected against here. He's going to have to really, like you said, control these banelings really well. I mean, he hasn't even started speed yet, so Spidersayer either looking to skip speed or...
it just finished. Metabolic Boost just finished.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Gotcha.
So Eclair feeling a little bit skittish. He's running back. He does not have a baneling nest in production or on the way or anything like that. He's just got this group of Zerglings, but Spiderslayer's Ling counts are greater.
Yeah, that wasn't the best of trades there, only trading a Ling or two for a baneling. Now Eclair maybe feeling a little bit under pressure here as he's putting down a spine crawler, making a lot more Lings, but he's going to come back in here and try and defend his own queen out front, maybe to put down screen. No, we're going to go back and inject that.
He's got to be careful though. There is a single baneling, and I think he's got vision on it. Oh no, he does not have vision of it.
Spidersayer attacking in, making banelings back, falling back a little bit, waiting for them to finish. Was losing some Lings there. It's so intense on how much you have to be careful to keep that Ling advantage. Oh, and that
Single
one baneling's going out, 2 Zerglings on it. Oh, the spine crawler does take it out. No,
not great. Oh, but those Zerglings are trying to get us around. Decent connections there for Spiderslayer, but the numbers of Lings for Eclair are just overwhelming. Spiderslayer has to get out.
And Eclair making his own baneling nest now as well. But there's a lot of Lings streaming in for Spiderslayer as well, so now the tables have turned once again.
Exactly. And now pushing forward, that spine crawler is going to be helpful here.
Oh, but you know what the big difference is? Look at all the drones that Eclair just made.
Absolutely. The drone count is 30 of Eclair to the 22 of Spiderslayer.
So, I mean, that was a risk. I mean, you know, being able to hold that off was very important right there, because if he was not, then all those drones would be for naught. But thankfully, for him, he was able to hold it off. And so now we're going to move into the second stage of the early Zerg game, where it's just a game of posturing between each other.
And you know, Eclair's been getting very good trades here with banelings. Spiderslayer's banelings have not been really connecting incredibly well. He's gotten a few good shots, but for the most part, they're just not hitting as well as he would have liked. Almost a great shot there, but you know, in they go. They're going straight for the mineral line. The drones are being pulled by that spine crawler, taking care of business.
Yeah, difference here for Spiderslayer is he has had quite a few banelings that have not made any connections at all. You know, taken out by that spine crawler or just taken out by a single Zergling.
And now Eclair does have Zerglings in the natural mineral line of Spiderslayer. Spiderslayer getting the surround on his queen with his drones to protect them. More banelings being morphed inside Spiderslayer's base. He comes back to pull those Lings away.
Spiderslayer is going to be able to clean that up, but you know, Spiderslayer being a little bit behind. It seems like, I mean, the food's pretty even, but Eclair's definitely had some better engagements here so far, I would say.
Spiderslayer going for the lair first, though, and Eclair continuing to make Zerglings and banelings. If Spiderslayer is able to hold this off, he will be in good position, as he will be able to get those Needleisks, and Eclair is transitioning into Roaches.
Look at the mineral bank of Eclair. I just noticed he's got 1,500 minerals in the bank.
Me oh my.
And a Roach Warren. So, I mean...
he doesn't have as much gas as he would need to be able to capitalize on all that money, but baneling positioning going around, Spiderslayer trying to find a good connection. He's moving forward, and just not a good connection. Again, baneling's moving in now for Eclair, moving in, and decent drone connections there. Eclair's just getting great baneling hits.
Yeah, I mean, Eclair's been doing pretty well, but methinks double baneling trades there, so that's pretty even for both players, but there is a Spiderslayer baneling here that is being munched on by Zerglings. They do get taken out, but a lot of Zerglings making it in the main base of Spiderslayer.
And they are moving in, and you know, he's got to pull all those drones. The queen is going to fall. Zerglings do... Oh, he almost saved it by surrounding it with those Zerglings, but geez, oh Pete, the Zerglings of Eclair are just tearing apart Spiderslayer at the moment. He's having a real hard time getting... Oh, he needs to pop those, and great connection there. Able to take all that aggression that was in his base. So now the lair is out, but no production from either player at the moment.
And here comes the Spire from Spiderslayer. So, I mean, he's going to start banking up that gas, but I think I guess the only thing I can think of is that the micro that, I mean, Eclair's been having really good engagements here, but the micro of it, I think, has been costing him on the economy side.
Well, yeah, he does have about 2,000 minerals, and he isn't really sure what to do with them. But, you know, Spiderslayer isn't really spending down his money as effectively as he could be either. Obviously, right now, he is saving up some money for those Needleisks, but he is going to have to defend against this push, as there are Roaches arriving, and there is a huge wave of Zerglings coming behind here. So, you know, if Spiderslayer is able to hold this, he will be at a huge advantage. but this is a lot to deal with, and he's going to have a hard time doing it, I think.
Yeah, this is not looking great for Spidersayer. That is a huge number of Zerglings surrounding one Baneling connection. Does take out quite a few Zerglings, but those roaches doing a ton of damage,
And
sacrificing all those drones.
Everything getting munched on. That Spire is 30 seconds away from finishing, and I do not think that it's going to make it. There's just too many Zerglings, and now they're going directly for that Spire. There's just not a whole lot that he's going to be able to do against this. And he's got 2 Banelings in production. The drones are coming down to surround the roaches, trying to get whatever kills they can. And there's the GG.
Yeah, that was looking a little rough from Spidersayer. I'm not exactly sure how that was going to work out. As we try and get our camera to it.
I seem to be leaving these games faster than I need to be, or I should be.
Yeah, you just
I gotta wait. I gotta wait.
It's all right. It's all right. But yeah. Our camera is like the surface of the sun here.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool. So I mean, I'm really honestly surprised that Eclair was able to pull that out. You know, he was on 2 bases. I mean, he had some pretty good injects, but just carrying a bank like that is dangerous.
Yes. So Spidersayer says he does need a quick second.